You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Wednesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. We should all be doing whatever we can do to try and live healthier lives, whether it's getting out more, being more active, eating better, or in the case of a study from some scientists, having some more sex.
Okay.
Not too much sex. Apparently, women who have sex less than once a week, according to this study, are 70% more likely to have heart-related health issues and pass away.
So you're saying that if women want to live longer, they need to get jiggy with it more?
At least once a week, according to the scientists.
You know there's one dude sitting in his car right now that's going to go, babe, the guy's on the radio saying.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I was like, listen, if things have been a little slow in the bedroom and you're looking to spice things up, maybe talk about how you don't want her to die.
So what's the proof on this? Just having it, a couple times a week? What?
Well, yeah, so they analyzed data from about 15,000 adult males and females and just sort of looked at health trends based on the experiences that they were admitting to, right? You do surveys and you do blood work and all that stuff. And yeah, they found that a 70% increase in health issues for people who are women, who are having sex less than once a week. Now, there is a catch because the same study found that if men are having too much sex, they're actually 6 times more likely to die.
Well, isn't that a real double-edged sword?
Yeah, the scientists have actually come out with what they think is the scientifically healthiest rate, I guess, if that's the way to say it, is once a week. Once every 7 days, you should, for your health on both sides of the partnership, be having sex.
There is someone sitting in their car right now that is still gonna. He's like, babe, come on. The guys on the radio said that for both of us, it's very healthy if at least once a week.
Once a week is all I'm asking for, babe. I'm not looking for too much. I don't want to die.
I'm not even worried about my health.
Yeah.
I'm honestly just worried about. I'm thinking about you right now. Okay?
Right. I'll settle for once a week just to keep us both healthy. I'll risk my own life if you want to go twice.
We can do it more than once a week. I'm not you think I'm a selfish guy in this relationship? I'm always thinking about you, all right?
I'm willing to sacrifice for you.
So something to go home with later today, all right?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
If you're looking for an excuse to go get some wings, today is National Chicken Wing Day, which is fitting for it to fall on a Wing Wednesday.
Honestly, couldn't have planned that any better. If you've got a favorite wing spot, check in with them. I have seen some companies are doing deals and stuff today.
I want to put you on the clock here and see how many chicken wings do you think Canadians eat every single year?
Chicken wings, individual wings. A year? It's gotta be at least 500 to 1,000
per person.
Yeah,
it's about 290 wings a year a person.
Did I just sound real fat on that?
No, I'm glad you said that because that feels low, right?
Well, you know what I will say? I actually think the number is different now than it used to be, because if you notice this trend of it used to be when you go to a wing place, you get a pound of wings. And now almost all of the big wing franchises have switched to you get 8 or 10 or 12, get specific. I feel like we're getting less wing for our dollar these days.
I'd agree with you on that.
That's why the numbers are down.
Stats Canada says that our country produces over 1.5 billion chicken wings per year, which is pretty crazy.
With a B billion.
In your lifetime, how many chicken wings do you think you consume?
Oh my God. Well, okay, so if we're doing 250 a year, then you got to think about God, baby, is it 250,000? I'm going to say 250,000 wings.
You're shooting pretty high.
I'm shooting pretty high. Okay.
Apparently based on the average adult lifespan, but I mean, you're also not the average adult.
No, you're right.
It says the average person will consume about 17,600 chicken wings over their lifetime.
Damn, dude. That's so many wings. That's so many chickens.
That's over 1,900 pounds of chicken wings. Do you want to know how many chickens you're actually taking out with that?
Ooh, yeah. What does an average chicken weigh?
You're over 4,400 chickens. Then that's just from wings. That's just from wings.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't include any kind of chicken balls or fried chicken or chicken salad.
It's not even including eggs either. So,
oh my God, I didn't even think about eggs. Eggs has to factor into the mix.
Apparently, the average person eats around 20,000 to 30,000 eggs in their lifetime.
Dude, no wonder there's so many chicken farms across North America. We are ravaging this species.
So think about it like that. You're taking out like 4,000 live chickens. That's 30,000.
Don't say taking out. You make it sound like I'm out on the hill with a gun.
And think about all the times you dip the chicken breast in the egg yolk.
Yeah. Oh, double chicken.
You're a lot more metal than you think.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So we've looked at some numbers here, and the data of how much animals that you consume in your lifetime is pretty crazy. Around about, for the average meat eater, turns out you're taking out 7,000 animals in your lifetime.
Again, you keep saying taking out. I'm not killing any of them. They are already shrink wrapped by the time they get to my house, okay?
Well, I mean, when you get them in that box, what is that called? That's called takeout, is it not?
You're right.
So
right.
Apparently the biggest animal that most people consume would have to be fish. It says in your lifetime you usually consume about 4,500 different fish.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Seafood in general is a pretty big staple.
It's the biggest part of the animal count. Now, the numbers that we were looking at for chicken wings were a little bit higher because you're just taking the wings off of the chicken, which, I mean, is a cruel thought. But they do say that chicken would go second of the average person consuming about 2,400 chickens in their lifetime.
It's just such a staple of like Asian food, Asian cuisines, and then again, fried chicken, chicken wings,
everything, right?
Eggs, all of it.
So you're looking at 4,500 fish, 2,400 chicken, about 80 turkeys in your lifetime.
Oh, I guess, yeah. If you think about it, you got Thanksgiving and maybe the odd Easter.
30 sheep, 27 pigs, and you're taking down 11 cows in your lifetime.
Only 11? You know what? I guess.
Cow's pretty big.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Cow is pretty big.
I have eaten a lot of cow in my life, but you're right. If you added it all together, it would only make a few actual cows.
Like, when you break it down like this, if you're eating 11 cows,
yeah.
Just in beef alone, that's about 4,600 pounds of beef that you're consuming in your lifetime.
When you say it like that, that feels more.
That's a lot of burgers and steaks.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Even the pig number, when you said it, I was like, oh, that feels low because of like all the bacon and pork chops and all those. But then you remember how big a full grown fat pig is.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it would actually be weird if I ate as many full pigs as full chickens.
Well, if you think about it like this, 4,500 pounds of pork is what you're eating if you're eating 27 pigs right there.
Damn.
That's the equivalent of about 17 Vladimir Guerrero Juniors.
It always comes back to Vlad Juniors for you.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It's crazy how many people just rely on AI to do everything for them. A politician here in Canada, MLA Bill Oliver from New Brunswick, was recently speaking to his legislative. And, he got caught using AI. Just listen to this.
That exceed the powers actually granted to those offices. Here's a more natural flowing version of that section that reads like a legislative speech rather than a series of short points.
No.
Madam Speaker, one of my concerns with this legislation is the potential gap between what New Brunswickers may reasonably expect this office to accomplish.
He just read the AI prompt. He just keeps moving right through it there.
Like, so now we know, like, he doesn't write his own speeches, whether they're from AI or from somebody else.
He also doesn't read them in advance either.
He's just fully Ron Burgundying this speech.
Yeah.
He has no idea that he just said what might be the most embarrassing thing uttered in a Canadian government building. And that's a high bar. Here's
a more natural flowing version of that section that reads like a legislative speech rather than a series of short points. Madam Speaker, one of my...
It's just the fact that he keeps going that he doesn't even like, sorry about that.
You know what I'm thinking, though, is like, this is an old-ass dude. I'm gonna guess he didn't use the AI. Like, I'm gonna guess he's not the one that went to Grok or ChatGPT or Claude and typed this all in.
Sure.
Which means that this went through steps. Someone on his staff used the AI, then typed it all up, and then gave it to him, meaning that person didn't friggin' read it either.
This is just like the laziness thing of AI that drives me crazy because, like, a kid in high school will get in so much trouble if they did something like this in a speech or whatever, an essay.
I saw a thing about a teacher who said he put a little like white text in there to trick AI to prove if a student was cheating. 32 of 35 students in his class got busted for it, and they had to like redo the whole test.
How is a politician not held more accountable for this, you know?
Yeah, because like, has he been sanctioned? Has his office said anything? Has he apologized for this yet?
No.
And he probably won't. He'll just stay in his office, minimize his media contacts for the next few days. And then when this blows over, because there's always some next scandal to push things down the road, then he'll get away with it. And that's crazy that this is a government official.
I guess this is just proof that AI is only as smart as the users.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got a real contender for headline of the year for you.
Okay.
Police called after fan poops in mosh pit.
Sorry, like at a concert?
Yeah, so there's a band called Devil Skin, and they're playing in New Zealand recently, and they had to stop their show after, someone dropped a number 2 in the pit. And whoever was like on the beat for this and wrote the news story did a fantastic job getting interviews.
Amazing.
So check it out. This is a real like accord from someone who was in the pit there. A guy named Damien claims the guy who did this was directly in front of me, proceeded to shake a log down his leg.
Oh, so didn't even squat, drop, trow or nothing, just let her buck.
According to Damien, he says that the man tried to deal with the situation in a way that made things worse. Rather than stepping away immediately, the individual attempted to move the mess with his foot, which only spread it further across the mosh pit. Damien said he and others nearby tried to distance themselves once they realized what happened. Said, we shuffled to the side a meter or 3. Then I realized that I needed to alert security. One guard came over and verified me with that it was the culprit and saw the offensive material on the floor. But it was too late as other concert goers unknowingly stepped in the area, spreading the smell throughout the crowd. And then I guess it was kind of like, you ever see that scene in Family Guy where they all just start puking at each other?
Yeah.
That's exactly what started happening amongst the crowd. Not only is everybody stepping in it, but it's also just puke being everywhere.
People are getting nauseous, and then that sets off other people. We all know that one person that, like, if they're around someone that pukes, even if they're perfectly fine, they're going to also puke.
This guy literally opened the pit up, you know? Like,
I love at the beginning where he's like, he tried to move it with his foot. Where? Like, what was best case scenario? A perfectly formed solid log comes out and he's able to roll it away. Where are you going with it?
Another lady's description says, it was huge, like massive. I've never seen one that big before. I thought it was some guy's shoe. It was so big. It was unbelievable. Now, obviously, all of this goes on, and the band Devil Skin notices and smells that something is going on in the crowd.
Well, yeah, because at this point, it's been stomped like a vat full of grapes at a vineyard.
They kind of like evacuate everyone from the concert when all of a sudden security like grabs the guy. They call the authorities, and then the cops are like, well, what do you really want us to do?
What's the crime here?
So they just kick the guy out of the venue.
Sure,
There's been no word on like if he's been charged, or I mean, I don't know what you charge him for there.
Criminal pooping.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad. I honestly do, because like, to be able to do something like that in that kind of a crowd of people, you have to assume he was either so drunk he didn't know what he was doing, or it was like an intestinal emergency.
I don't know. I disagree. I mean, everybody soiled themselves, but to chop wood and drop a log on the spot, that's crazy work, dude. Like, and to stick around, too?
Where do you go? You're in the middle of the mosh pit. It's not like you can flee.
You know what's even crazier is I've never heard of this Devil Skin band before, but this is how they're going to get... This is how somebody found this band.
Their monthly Spotify spins are going to go through the roof from being like, man, what band made this guy poop in the mosh pit?
This guy may have ruined the concert for everybody else, but he's responsible for so many streams for this band. Do you know how many people are going to check out Devil Skin because of this story?
They're going to have to buy him a fruit basket.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I was on the phone with some friends of mine from back in the college days there. We went to University of Alberta, and they lived in this dorm. It was called Hub Mall. It was kind of neat. It was like a strip mall inside a building. And then above all of the like little shops and kiosks were the actual dorm rooms with big windows looking down. It was a party spot. Like I was a Nate kid, a college kid. We all went to the University of Alberta to party with our friends because they had it way better than we did.
Sure.
The one thing we were talking about was, do you remember back when people used to stack their empties up as like some sort of weird mosaic collection?
Oh, wait, are you saying like displaying like your bottles in the window and stuff?
Yeah. So that was these windows that looked down into the mall. Every one of them was just filled with empty beer cans.
Does everybody that goes to college or like just between like 19 to 23 think that's like cool decor for some reason? Because we most definitely did that too.
Well, that's the thing is like we were talking about it. And I was like, man, I can remember walking down this Hub Mall and looking up at all these, and like some people were extra creative and they'd make like designs and stuff with them. And I was like, that's
put like
so
lights
cool
in the bottles and stuff. Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm 42 years old. I'm like, God, remember the smell? Everything smelled so bad.
I mean, that's a good thing. It'd be terrible if you were like, you know what, man? I'm just going to drink some Captain Morgan this weekend and have like a new display down in my kitchen.
Because the beer cans was like the college move because everybody, you know, it was so cheap to buy. You buy buck of beers
we
or
used
whatever.
to cut up the beer cases and like use them as wallpaper and tape them to the wall. It'd be like a Carling here and an OV there and an old Milwaukee there.
Even to go off of that, like just beer related things, like we lived in Saskatchewan. How many houses would you drive by that would have a Pilsner flag hanging in the window used as a curtain, that sort of thing?
Sure.
And then like there was a time period where if you bought a bottle of Royal Reserve, you had to peel the sticker off and put it on your wallet. Or if you bought a bottle of Crown Royal, wash that out. We can't just throw that in the garbage. I don't know what we'll ever do with it.
Well, you go from like, I think maturing and getting older is realizing, hey, I'm going to take these empties just back to the beer store and get the money for them. And I'm going to get some plants.
That's a much better decoration.
You know, it's the same thing like when you're in college. You get a bunch of posters on the wall. You're like, you know what? This is sick to have all these Quentin Tarantino things and the Kurt Cobain smoking a cigarette. And then all of a sudden you trade that in and you got a million pillows on the couch.
There's nowhere to actually sit. They're all decorative and not meant to be laid on.
Exactly.
But if maturing is understanding that, then why did all of our parents and grandparents prominently have Bubba kegs displayed around the house, especially the Don Cherry ones?
Don't get me wrong. There's collectible booze items. You know, there's nothing wrong with keeping bottles on the counter as long as they got liquid in them, you know?
But once they get empty, maybe it's time to send them out to the recycling.
Yeah. And I mean, unless you're just collecting them for money purposes, then I get that too.
Listen, I don't have a problem. I'm just waiting for a hockey team to come asking for my financial help. That's all I'm doing.
Sure.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We were talking about how when everybody was younger, for some reason, we thought it was cool to collect empty bottles. We got someone on the line. You still collect booze, but just not empty?
When I go to a foreign country traveling, I'll buy a local beer, for example, a Corona in Mexico, and bring it back home and put it behind the bar and show it off.
Oh, okay.
See, that's the difference from like being in college where you used to keep your empties.
Yeah.
At this level, you know, now there's a little bit of class to it at least, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I don't drink them. I keep them full.
See, and there you go. That is the other thing. A wall of empty Busch Lights and Carlings is not the same as a well-manicured actual collection of beers from other countries.
Yeah, it's a little different. Same concept, but a little different.
Yeah. I mean, it's the maturing steps of it is all it is.
Well, yeah, his collection shows that he's world traveled. He's experienced different places. And then like the Busch Apple collection you have sitting in your garage means that you might not be the person to count on to have rent at the end of the month.
Sure.
It's two different meanings.
Sure.
You know?
Brother Jay did leave us a little voicemail here. Looks like he used to collect some booze bottles too.
When I was a kid, me and Grandpa used to go for walks up in the bush up north here and find old hunting shacks and stuff. And I used to collect all the old whiskey bottles. Had some really, really cool ones. My mom hated it, but it was something that was super cool. Then I started collecting all kinds of different beer caps. Now I just collect different types of skulls, animal skulls. I should point that out.
Okay.
Appreciate making sure that this isn't a phone call we have to forward on to the
Mommy
authorities.
took away my beer caps, so now I collect skulls.
Yeah. You know what, though? It does make me, like, I laughed when he said, like, I collected whiskey bottles. I had really cool ones. My mom hated it. I wonder how many collections died before they had a chance to get big or were just discarded.
Oh my God. Do you know how many people lost like trading cards and toys and stuff that they were keeping back in the day because their mom was just like, well,
this is
you
taking up
moved
space.
out. Yeah.
I don't want to hold on to this anymore. Or even in the name of love, right? Like you meet somebody, you get into a relationship, everything goes well. Eventually you're going to move in together. How many times did like a new boyfriend or new girlfriend be like, you that's not coming in here. I understand that you collected these. You cannot bring them with you.
Well, something to consider if you ever find like a great find at a Salvation Army or a Value Village is remember that there is some guy out there who does not realize that box is now in your possession.
Has no idea. He thinks it's still in a crawl space
He
somewhere.
still thinks the marriage is good. He doesn't think the divorce is finalized. He doesn't realize that you're sitting on all these Upper Deck hockey cards from 1992.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You're fired.
All right, we've got $100 in Lotto 649 tickets to give away this morning.
Playing You're Fired, where we ask you to tell us a story, whether true or made up, about how someone got fired. Today, the topic, how did your coworker get fired? And we got a lot of people that sent in stories. A lot of people know a coworker that got the boot.
All right. If you are not one of our coworkers sharing on why their other coworker got fired, that does make you a judge. So 762-555, who has the best story here? How about we start with this one? I believe this is Darren.
Hey, boys. Darren. True story. Coworker got fired because the guys used to leave their bunkhouse and head out to a tavern every Wednesday, but they didn't want to take this guy with them. So he called an ambulance, said he was having a heart attack. So they went up, picked him up. When they brought him into town, told him to drop him off at the bar and told him, no, you're going to the hospital. He says, no, drop me off at the bar.
Yeah, I think if your boss finds out that you're abusing the ambulance system at work, that's probably not going to go well.
All right, what's another one we got here? This is Andrew.
My one coworker at the grocery store thought it would be a good idea to steal an orange and from the back in the produce fridge, and while he ate it, he just stared at the security camera the entire time. Well, the next day, security, they thought it was a little bit weird that somebody was just standing and staring at the security camera, so they reversed the footage, and lo and behold, they caught him red-handed stealing the orange. Next day, he was gone.
Should have said caught him orange-handed.
Caught him orange-handed. I think you could probably... I don't think a grocery store will fire you for eating an orange unless you make a big deal of it. Like staring at the security camera like, what are you going to do?
That must not have been his first time.
Yeah.
Let's see what Tanner's got here.
I had this one coworker in retail who always was a really good employee until we started finding out that customers weren't getting their points card scanned at the register.
Okay.
We had one come in who just made a significantly large purchase for their business, and they asked why wasn't their points card scanned. I looked at the receipt. There was a points card. So after further investigation, there was well over 15,000 transactions that this employee put under their own points card.
Damn.
And they were able to tack up over 150,000 points.
Dude, that's genius.
I thought he was going to say the 15,000 was stolen points. 15,000 transactions?
Well, you got to think about like how many people come through don't have points, and if you just like scan your card, whatever, right?
I mean, listen, if they don't have points, I actually don't hate that. I could see why your boss might, but like, whatever, right? But when they have points and you're like, nah, I got this. Now you're just asking to get busted. That sucks.
Oh man.
That's gotta be the craziest one. That's the biggest scam for sure.
Genius. All right, I'll play one more here. We've got, I think this is Kyle.
One day about 6 of us were sitting around the picnic table eating lunch. One of the guys said, hey, you can take a look at this quick. And when a buddy of mine got up to go look, his wiener was out under the picnic table. He was gone right away.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I love how it just went from like, this guy's a genius to
this guy's a sick
This guy's
pervert.
kind of a dick. Yeah. All right. So, who had the best coworker firing story?
I am between the guy who faked an ambulance or faked a heart attack to try and get the ambulance to take him from work to the bar. And then the guy who scammed 150,000
I'm really
points.
impressed with the points thing. I mean, this has probably had to happen a lot at businesses, you got to imagine.
100%. It's only if you get too greedy, like 15,000 transactions that you're going to get caught. And yeah, a lot of text coming in for the points card stories.
All right, we'll give it to Mr. PC Points. Ding, in a round of applause.
You know what the bummer is? This is a guy telling the points card story. So it's not even, he's not even getting anything for that either.
I mean, allegedly, we don't know. This guy could be lying to
You're
us.
right. Maybe it is him.
Bonus points for that.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast. Would you rather Wednesday? Would you rather Wednesday?
All right, first one in here says, would you rather fashion model your grandmother's vintage brassiere or your grandfather's vintage jockstrap?
I'm assuming the idea is game worn. Like these have been on the body.
Sure.
I feel like grandma wasn't particularly stacked. You know what I mean? It's probably easier. I would rather try and fill that than not be able to fill grandpa's chalk. You know what I mean?
I mean, honestly, I feel like the brassiere is the cleaner of the two.
It has to be.
Right?
Theoretically. Like I just cannot picture a world in which a jockstrap from what, the 1940s?
The stories that thing could tell.
I don't want to hear any of them.
Someone said, would you rather have a voice that sounds like a kazoo or a didgeridoo?
Oh, the didgeridoo is the like. Probably that. I think a deeper timbre would probably be better. Kazoos are super annoying. Yeah. Like, imagine, no one's tuning into this show. I have to get a fully new career if my voice sounds like a kazoo.
I mean, if anybody's the kazoo, it's me, and if anyone's the didgeridoo, the Kazoo and Roo show. Oh God. Would you rather your bones be filled with carbonated soda so you fizz when you jump, or your muscles be made of rubber bands that snap loudly when you stretch?
Oh, like snap, like break? I was going to say the rubber band muscles thing sounds good as somebody who is constantly stiff in like the back and stuff like that.
But
not,
there's a breaking point for everything.
Yeah. Well, the good news is I don't move a whole lot, so I'm probably not stress testing them.
You're the rubber band man.
There has to be, you know what it is? The carbonated soda, the fizzing part would not be what bothers me. It would be the eating my bones from the inside. Like it's an acidic beverage. It can't be good for you to be inside your bones.
Well, then think again, how many videos have you seen where it's like, look at how this Coca-Cola cleans this engine or whatever. Think about how much damage you've done to the inside of your body there.
Oh, absolutely. This temple is in desperate need of maintenance, but I don't think adding soda is the answer.
Dude, I'd just be feeding you Mentos all the time. That'd be the best. Would you rather your dreams be broadcast on public television as a low-budget sitcom, or your internal monologue be subtitled in neon pink letters right above your head?
Oh, dreams on TV. One, I'm not going to say I don't dream because I think scientifically that's probably false. I don't remember any of them, which means they're probably not traumatic enough to be a big deal, to be on some low-rate local TV station.
And nobody watches cable anymore.
100%. Meanwhile, I like to think I'm a good person, but I think we all have the odd thought float through our brain that could probably get us canceled pretty fast.
Or hit in the face, yeah.
If you were to walk by somebody and they could read your thoughts.
All right, final one here says, would you rather your teeth be sentient and constantly whisper gossip to each other, or your fingernails have to be milked like a cow once a week?
Like a cow.
So would you rather have talking teeth, or would you rather have like udder fingers?
I would rather have to go into a spa for some sort of new wave manicure where they milk my fingernails. Dude, little tiny whispering voices inside your mouth, you would think you had mental illness. You would constantly be hearing all this literal chatter.
Yeah.
It would drive you insane.
I am thinking about how sick it would be to like get a thing of cookies and just like sit there on your fingers.
Well, good on you for finding the silver lining in that nightmare.
Have you been to the store? Do you know how expensive milk is nowadays?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.